Okay, let's have a look at some basic calculations on arithmetic series. Here's a very typical example. It wouldn't be this sort of question, an entire exam paper question, but it could well be a part B or a part C of a bigger question on arithmetic series on an exam paper. So let's go through a typical example. I'm giving you an arithmetic series, 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus ... So it's an infinite series I'm talking about. But in this question, part A, find the sum of the first 20 terms. So what I want to know is if you added the first 20 terms together, what would they add up to? Now, of course, you could get a calculator and just add up the first 20 terms. You'd have to work them out first, of course, but you could add them up. That's fine as a check. You'll get no credit from the examiner for doing it by that method. You have got to use arithmetic series formula work to get the full credit. So all you've got to do is this. Find the sum of. Sum of, we use the sum of formula. Sn equals n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, in this particular question, you know at the side a is 5, first term is 5, and the common difference, because they're going up in threes, common difference is 3. Okay, we also know, because I want the sum of the first 20 terms, that the n value we're talking about is 20. So all you're going to do is put those values into there, and out will pop the answer. So Sn, that's S20, equals n over 2, that's 20 over 2, because n is 20 terms. Bracket 2a, a is 5, so 2 5s, 10, plus n minus 1, n is 20, so 20 minus 1 is 19. Lots of d, d is 3, common difference of 3, so 19 threes we get there. Okay, so S20 turns out to be 20 over 2 is 10, lots of, in the bracket 10 plus 57. So you get S20 is equal to 10 lots of 67. And 10 67s are 670. So there you go. If you were to add up the first 20 terms, you could check it if you want, you would get 670. That's a typical question they could ask you about a given arithmetic series. Okay. Now, another sort of part that they could ask you, I'll do it here so I don't rub anything off. Part B, they may ask you something like this. Find the 40th term. So what they want to know is, what is the 40th term? So if you were to carry on going, adding 3 each time until you got to the 40th term, they may ask you, what is the value of that 40th term? Now, you're not going to get any credit again by just going to the 40th term by adding 3. A, it's tedious, and B, it doesn't use the mathematics that they're going to give you credit for, which is the formula work. And obviously, if they asked you find the 7,000th term, it would be ludicrous to even begin to go through without the formula and adding 3 each time until you get to the 1,000th term or whatever. It would be absolute nonsense. So find the 40th term. Well, there is a formula. Tn equals a plus n minus 1d for the nth term. So if you want the 40th term, n is 40. So we're looking at T40. Okay, so n is 40. So that figure there is 40 take away 1, you're going to get 39 there. Now A, we already know, because it's the same series as before, A is 5, so 5. And I already know that they're going up in 3, so D is 3. So we get that. So the 40th term, very simple, is 5 plus 39 lots of 3. So T40 is equal to 5 plus, well, 3 39s, 3 40s are 120, so 3 39s are 117. So T40 will be equal to 5 plus 117 is 122. So if you went to the 40th term in that list, it would be 122. And that is a very basic and very typical example that could come up on an exam paper, but it wouldn't be a whole question, it would be just a part B or part C or part D of a bigger question. There you go. That's question 1. I'm going to do another one on this video because they're very straightforward and you do need to have these basic skills. And I would say to you that this process here of doing this basic idea will probably be tested somewhere in an exam paper question. Okay, even if there's more to the question than just this, it'll probably be the case that you'll need to know this basic process that's going on here. So let's have a look at a second one. So number 2, there we go. Let's say number 2 then, I've got minus 8 minus 1, so you can see that I'm adding 7 here. Add another 7, you get plus 6, add another 7, plus 13, plus 20, and so on, like so. Part A, I want to know what is the 100th term. So if I carried on to 100 terms, what would be the value of that 100th term? And I may as well give you part B while I'm at it. Find the sum of the first 25 terms. Okay, we'll do that. Like so. Okay, another basic question. Here we go then. First of all, I'll write down A is minus 8. I'll write down D, well we're adding 7 each time, so D is 7. Part A. What is the 100th term? I'm looking for a particular term value, so I need to use the nth term formula, which is A plus n minus 1D for the nth term. If I want the 100th term, n is 100, so T 100. First term A is minus 8, so you change A to minus 8. Plus n minus 1. n minus 1, well that's going to be 99. And then D is 7. So we get that. So the 100th term, T100, is equal to minus 8 plus, well 7 times 100 is 700, so 99 times 7 instead of 100 times 7 is just 7 less than 700, 693. So T100, the 100th term, will be 693, take away 8, so that's 685. That's the value of the 100th term. Okay, as simple as that. Fine. Get rid of this. Give you a chance to make a note of that. We're now going to talk about find the sum of the first 25 terms. Okay, so if I get rid of that now, otherwise I'll run out of space. So part B, here we go. The sum of means the sum of formula. Sn equals n over 2, bracket, 2a plus n minus 1 lots of d. So we get the sum of n terms formula. If I want 25 terms, so we're going to have n equals 25 in this. Remember A was minus 8. Remember that D was, we're adding 7 each time. So we put those 3 values into that formula and we'll get the answer. So the sum of 25 terms, S25, is 25 over 2, bracket, 2a's. Now be careful, 2 times minus 8 is negative 16, plus n minus 1, well, n is 25, so 24 lots of d, which is 7. And we get that answer there. Okay, so S25 will be equal to, I'll leave 25 over 2 alone for the moment, and we get minus 16 plus, now 24 times 7. Well, 7 20s are 140, 7 4s are 28, 140 plus 28 is 168. So we get that. I think because I'm running out of space I'll carry on at the side here. So we're going to get 25 over 2 multiplied by 168, take away 16 is 158, 152. And you can see a little bit of cancelling is going to go on here, so it's equal to, hope you can just see this last line here, the 2 goes into 152, it goes 76 times. So what you've got to do is multiply 76 by 25. 76 by 25, I may as well just quickly do it on a calculator, it's not that hard, you could do 76 by 100 and share by 4 if you want. 76 times 25 comes to 1,900. And there you go, there's the sum of 25 terms. Very straightforward. That is the basic stuff that you really do need to master, because it's quite likely to be used in some format in most arithmetic series questions. Okay, that's the end of this particular video.